Speaking of tourism and enjoying yourselves, the world's largest soft drink bottler, Coca-Cola, has promised a fresh $150 million investment into Kenya, East Africa's biggest economy. The announcement was made recently at a trade and investment roadshow held at the Coca-Cola global headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States of America, where President William Ruto, who's been getting the backlash on the cost of his flight, has traced the 75-year history of the bottling giants in Kenya.
When we grew up, things went south and somebody cried. The best way to stop them crying was to say, we'll buy you a bottle of Coca-Cola. And so I'm delighted to visit the place where Coca-Cola Company, a leading global brand, was born 138 years ago. Some 76 years ago, the Coca-Cola system launched its operations in Kenya by setting up a production bottling plant in our capital city, Nairobi. Around that time, our freedom fighters were launching a collaboration with progressive American leaders and champions of civil rights movements, which would lead to formal diplomacy in 1963 and a strong partnership founded on shared values, which endures to date. The of Coca-Cola and Kenya is therefore intimately intertwined with the history of our growth and also our development. Coca-Cola and its authorized bottlers in Kenya, namely Coca-Cola Beverages Kenya Limited and Coastal Bottlers Limited, have witnessed phenomenal growth in non-alcoholic, ready-to-drink beverages industry. Today, they employ 3,000 directly and indirectly support 37,000 others. Additionally, the bottlers have invested nearly $400 million in new state-of-the-art production lines and other inputs in the past 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Coca-Cola system has been a strong supporter of Kenya's environmental and humanitarian efforts. In 2020, for example, $1.6 million to the Upper Tana Nairobi Water Fund, enhancing conservation, for which, as government of Kenya, we are truly grateful. 2022, Coca-Cola launched the Coca-Cola Integrated Drought Response Project, contributing $500 million to drought mitigation efforts in Kenya. And amid the COVID-19 pandemic, in partnership with and Health Africa, it supported PPE manufacturing, empowering young women to produce affordable masks and sanitation distributed nationwide, reflecting both corporate social responsibility and efficient business practices. I appreciate the company's continental initiatives, especially the Replenish Africa initiative, which is dedicated to improve and sanitation for about 6 million people across our continent, including in Kenya. It is also important to mention support for Project Last Mile, which facilitated COVID-19 response and vaccine distribution in remote African areas, supply chain, logistics, and marketing capabilities. Who knew, for example, that the distribution of drink would one day become a health logistics facility? In April, during AMCHAN Kenya's summit, I met with Coca-Cola Africa's leadership, led by Ms. Louise Ortega. This provided me with the opportunity to acknowledge the company's role and assure its leadership of the government's commitment to policy predictability, to foster investment and also assist in their growth. I take this opportunity, therefore, to particularly Coca-Cola's substantial investment of $175 million over the next 5 years to expand its Kenyan. has been a prominent corporate citizen of our country and Africa, growing as a brand, manufacturing giant, while serving as a partner in employment creation, economic development, and emergency response. Our partnership grow together. Today, we must sustain our engagement and collaboration to enable us face the challenges and seize opportunities together as partners.